Hey, welcome back, my friends, and today's battle is against a guy named JorekWessel214. He's a new challenger, and he came to my Discord, not my Discord, my Twitch stream, and requested a battle, so that's all I really have to say about him. And, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the teams there. We're both using Heracross. At first I thought it was both going to be Mega Heracross and, like, Mega Heracross versus Mega Heracross, but as you can see, there's definitely some room for surprises coming in here. So anyway, there is Yorick himself. I guess he's just playing a girl. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and leave with Magneton, and this ended up being great for me because this was his one steel type. I wasn't even expecting this. I just kind of wanted to, like, Volt Switch, but now it's like, oh, you're going to go ahead and lead with your Kartana against my Choice Scarf, Magneton, and yeah, obviously I carry Hidden Power Fire, and being able to get rid of that Kartana right off the bat felt really good. Like, it was like probably the best thing ever. Best feeling ever. So in comes Moltres, because he decides to go into his Heracross. I do have the resistance to both of the stab moves. He's just going to go for a close combat without Mega Evolving. So that's interesting. So maybe it's not Mega Heracross. And I decide actually just to go for a Supersonic Sky Strike. And this is a Z Hurricane. And I actually didn't think he would stay in because now this kind of seems like a waste. I mean, what it does is it lets me hit without having to risk a miss with Hurricane. But, yeah, I know that Heracross can carry rock moves if he's not Scarfed. And I just didn't want to risk it. I thought he would switch, and I figured it would hit something hard. And that probably killed that Heracross like 17 times over. But that's okay. I get off to an early 6-4 advantage here. But in comes Latios now. And being that his Heracross was not his Mega, now we are almost certain that this this Latios is, and I decide to stay in, and I really shouldn't have, because obviously Mega Latios does have quite a bit of offensive power, and a very diverse moveset, including that Thunderbolt, but I decide to stay in and see what he would do, and it ends up costing me Moltres, which isn't great, but whatever. So I'm just going to go into my Rhyperior. I go for a Rock Polish. He goes into his Melodic, and this is a weakness policy set, but I don't want to risk taking a Scald because it's X4 effective, and even with Solid Rock, that might kill me. I'm not 100% sure, but even if it doesn't, it can burn. So I'm like, let's go into Serena. Now, obviously, a burn would hurt me too because it's a physical dude, but I decided to, just go for one of Serena's new tricks, which is Power Whip. I believe it got that new in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Thankfully, he did not burn and able to take it out, and that's awesome. And, yeah, in comes this Mega Latios. And I really have nothing for this Mega Latios, by the way. Like, it can, if he predicts right, it can pretty much kill anything it wants. Except for maybe this Rhyperior, but I had to get it in, as a free switch in order to maybe survive an Ice Beam. So I'm like, well, that's fine. I'm just going to, now try to go for the, Rock Polish again, hoping that he would actually go for the Ice Beam, because I know I can take one. It's only X2 effective, and Solid Rock would probably save me. So, yeah, now that I just have +2 speed, though, because he switches into Porygon 2, I decided to go for the Earthquake. But not knowing exactly what Porygon 2 would do, and knowing that it also carries Ice Beam, and he indeed does go for it. So at first I thought he was, he had predicted my, my weakness policy by, maybe trying to switch out, maybe trying to status my Rhyperior. But as it turns out, it looks like he just tried to go for the Ice Beam on Porygon 2, which I am fine with, because now I got my weakness policy, and I'm thinking this might be sweeping range now, because now I have +2 attack. And this Shaman tries to come in, take an Earthquake, and even though it resists, and Shaman is a pretty darn bulky Pokemon, it is not going to be able to survive 2 Earthquakes. So that is flippin' fantastic. So down goes the Shaman, and in comes Latios. I'm like, well, I know I can outspeed it. I just need to hit with Mega Horn. And then I missed. So that really isn't good, because that Ice Beam, being that Mega Latios is a lot stronger than Porygon 2, will be able to kill my Rhyperior at this point. And, yeah, if I didn't miss that Mega Horn, it obviously would have been off to the races for my Rhyperior, but misses are part of the game. So I decided to go into my Magneton. I have the key resistances against his Latios, probably, and I can hit him with Flash Cannon. Pretty much it's the only thing I have, actually, that can take a hit from my from his Latios. So this is a really crucial play. My only 2 other Pokemon are Mega Heracross, which obviously does not take, a Psychic move that well, and obviously my my Crawdaunt, which will get outsped and get killed by Thunderbolt. But yeah, he ends up going into his Porygon 2 though, and I wasn't even thinking about this, as I just go for a Flash Cannon, and he ends up trapping my Magneton in by tracing Magnet Pull. So now I am locked in a Flash Cannon. I can't switch out because he has traced my Magnet Pull, And yeah, that was not. I totally did not see that coming. But that was a pretty excellent play because this Porygon 2 can stall my Magneton. Now, what I really want to do is be able to go into my Mega Heracross instead of a sub because I'm thinking at this point it's the only way I'm going to get around his Mega Latios because his Mega Latios can outspeed and pretty much one-shot my 2 remaining Pokemon if I don't get that sub up. So I'm like, well, I'm still kind of hoping I can do that. Originally, the plan was to switch out Magneton into, the Heracross, but now that's not going to be able to happen because obviously now I just have to hope Magneton dies and that he either tries to switch out his Porygon 2 against my Heracross or try to predict something else so I can get up that sub because at this point the only way I think I can get around Latios is if I can get that sub up. So yeah, he just going to I'm just going for Flash Cannon. I did get a special defense drop at one point, so that's kind of helping. But he did eventually get the burn with Tri-Attack, so it's only a matter of time. He can probably just kill me now. He doesn't have any even normal effective moves by the looks of it. So I'm hoping that maybe this Porygon 2 will be left low enough that he feels the need to recover. But that is not the case. He just goes for another Tri-Attack, and I believe I died in my burn this turn. So down goes Magneton. And, yeah, my Heracross comes out, and I'm like, okay, so now you're going to switch into Latios, right? You have to, right? You're not going to want to get close combated. He probably knows, though, well, he knows that, he can probably just take the space switch if I kill Porygon 2. But he was not predicting the sub, however, because he tries to go for the T-Wave against my Heracross, and now is good game. Because he went for that T-Wave, he can't break the sub. I don't know if he could have broken my sub anyway. Depends on what move he used, honestly. Ice Beam I don't think could have, but Tri-Attack probably could. But now he's forced to go into his last Pokemon, Latios, with my sub up. So as long as I don't miss here with Pin Missile, I should be able to win. Obviously, Heracross's ability is Skill Link, so I'm guaranteed to get 5 hits as long as I get the initial hit. And I do connect to the Latios, so thank God for that. I would have been kind of pissed if another bug move ended up missing and caused me to lose, but yeah, that was a really nice game there, York. Man, that Magnet Pull, though. Tracing Magnet Pull against Magneton? Holy crap. But, anyway, today's question of the day is going to be, what's your first shiny Pokemon? So, obviously they're incredibly rare and stuff. Aside from the Red Gyarados, obviously, but you get that for free in the Gen 2 games and the Gen 4 remakes of Soul Silver and Heart Gold. But aside from that Red Gyarados, what is your first shiny? As for me, it was actually, I believe, a Rhyhorn? I think it was a Rhyhorn back in Gold Silver, and it was the only shiny I had found. It's the only shiny I remember finding as a kid, and I think it was the first shiny, the only shiny I had since I started posting on YouTube, at least a legitimate shiny, or one that I didn't trade for. So, yeah, I remember not knowing really what it was. And, yeah, I also found a shiny Marowak, though, when I was a kid, but it was in the freaking Battle Tower, so I couldn't catch it. So, that was a thing. But, yeah, leave a comment about that. Your first shiny. If you never caught a shiny because you just weren't lucky enough, I guess you can comment with that. So, yeah, leave a comment, and thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.